Okay, today we're going to talk about nouns and indefinite articles. So the first thing that we need to review is what is a noun. Okay, a noun is a word that identifies a person, an animal, or a place, a thing, or an idea. Like in English, Italian nouns are singular or plural, and all Italian nouns also have a gender, even though they refer to an object. So they can be either masculine or feminine. For example, in the sentence, the students are learning Italian. Students is a noun, Italian is another noun. A cat, two cats, a boy, two boys, a girl, five girls, a chair, four chairs. Okay. In Italiano, all the nouns that are referred to males are usually masculine, and all the nouns that refer to females are usually feminine. One exception is the word persona, because it's a feminine noun that can refer to a man or a woman. So, for example, in this list, I have un amico, un attore, uno studente. A male friend, an actor, a student. Un'amica, un'attrice, una studentessa. A female friend, an actress, a student, a female student. Okay? So, you can tell already by the example that I use here, and here, un libro, un tavolo, un ufficio, that all the verbs, all the nouns that are in O are masculine. All the nouns that are in A are feminine. Un libro, un tavolo, un ufficio. Una casa, una domanda, una idea. A book, a table, an office, a house, a question, an idea. Okay? So it's very easy to spot also because you've noticed already that all the words in Italian, unless they're foreign, end in a vowel. The problematic issue are the nouns that end in e, because they can either be masculine or feminine. And usually the article, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes, will help you figuring out whether or not the word is masculine or feminine. You will have to memorize the gender of these nouns as you learn them. So, for example, we have un esame, un ristorante, un'automobile, e una notte. So the first two are masculine, the formers are feminine. Then we have nouns that end in consonants. These are usually foreign words, and they're always masculine. Also, words that end in ore are masculine, whether nouns that end in ione are usually feminine. Lezione, stazione, televisione. Okay? So, to form the plural of Italian nouns, how do I do that? It's pretty easy to do. So if I have masculine words that end in O, usually the plural will end in I. Ragazzo, ragazzi. If the words end in E, will end in I in the plural. Ristorante, ristoranti. If the word is feminine and ends in A, donna, the plural will be in E, donne. If the word ends in E and it's feminine, like the masculine, will end in I. So you see that the words that are actually in E, okay, ristorante and notte, they don't change in the they are the same in the plural. They have the same pattern. They modify the E into an I. So here, whenever in Italian we refer to a mixed group of males and female students, females, we usually use the masculine form. So we have here 5 amici, 5 male and female friends, 10 studenti, okay? 10, sorry, I wrote 10 again, 10 male and female students, okay? There are a few phonetic rules that we have to remember. So when a noun ends in ko, ka, go, e ga, so has a guttural hard sound. Albergo, amica, okay? We have to add an H in order to maintain the hard sound. It's very important to remember. So, we have alberghi, amiche. The exception to this rule, because there are always exceptions to rules, is that the word amico. Amico is an exception because in the plural it becomes amici. See? So there is no H. It's a sweet sound. Many shortened nouns or nouns that end in consonant that are usually foreign or accented vowel nouns don't change from the singular to the plural. We say they are invariable. So here you have una foto, due foto, un autobus, due autobus, un caffè, due caffè. Okay? They stay exactly the same. So, in all the examples that I've used here so far, you've noticed probably that I used an article, okay? Un, uno, un'amica, un'attrice, una studentessa. I used an article because I wanted you to understand, I wanted to point out that again, articles can help us figure out the gender of the word and the number. So today we're going to briefly talk about the indefinite article, l'articolo indeterminativo, which in English is a or an, okay? It's the article that refers to an unspecified person or a thing, and we usually have for masculine, so it's also in this case, it's telling us a number, so uno, 1, and a number. We have the word uno for masculine words, starting for Z, with Z plus consonant, GN, X or Y, which are not very common, PS, or a vowel. So we have uno studente, uno gnocco, uno zaino. If we have a masculine word starting with a vowel or any other consonant except these, we have the article un uomo, un ragazzo, un tavolo, okay? Like the examples that I've used. So uno is only used with these groups of consonants. Then if the word is feminine, we have if it starts with a vowel, we have un'idea, un apostrophe idea. I want to point out here that actually, let me see if I can write it. Okay. Here, the article is una idea, but in Italian, because whenever two vowels get in front of each other, get together, the first one will drop. So we have un'idea with the apostrophe, okay? Una città, una is the article that we use in front of feminine nouns, starting with consonant. Be very careful, because in this case, you see there is no apostrophe. There is no apostrophe because the article is un. There is nothing here. In this instance, if the article is in front of a feminine word, starting with vowel, the article is una, although you see the apostrophe. Okay? So here you can practice basically telling me whether or not these words are masculine or feminine. And then here you can practice putting the right indeterminative article next to each word. Grazie.